but as you walk us through.
No, it's actually the first time I've been in it. I'm sorry. It's just a monumental blessing, to see where we were just a year ago to now. It's amazing to see how all of this has come together and what Mr. Benson has been able to do in a short period of time, and just really thankful for all of this and where this is going to take our program. And there's no other place like this in the world when you think about campuses that have football and basketball and a cafeteria on the same grounds. And what Mr. B has been able to do in this short period of time has just been amazing. And when you walk through, you kind of, because you've been in so many other places, you can envision what it's going to be like. But to have our own spot where we can finally just leave your shoes and you can leave stuff for a long time and not have to worry about Big Shot taking it downtown or taking it over here is different for us because we haven't experienced that. And I kind of equate it to having an owner for the first time. It just took me getting used to that because I hadn't done that. So it's going to take some getting used to for us to have all of the things and more that other NBA teams take for granted. We don't take it for granted because we haven't had it for 3 years. And so it's going to be really cool.
Can you envision or estimate the impact of being able to attract players to this franchise now as a result of this facility?
Well, I get guys in the game all the time who come by me and say, Coach, remember me during free agency. And, when you have a facility like this, coupled with ownership and the things that Mr. B and Mickey have been able to help us with over the last few months, that's going to be tremendous as far as being able to tell guys there's no holes here. We have everything that all the players want. A facility where they can get better, a place where you can hang your hat permanently, in a great city, and a team that's going to continue to get better every single year. And that's all guys want. All the players I talk to, that's what I wanted. Is when I was a player, I wanted to go somewhere where I could get better and have a chance to win. And when you look at a facility like this, you certainly feel like you can do that here.
What sets this facility off from the other facilities you've seen around the league, Coach? And in your input, what did you want to make sure that they put in this place?
Well, my input, I didn't have a lot of input. I just wanted to make sure that we had a place that would allow guys to get better. That's it. And when you think of that, you want a first-class training room, first-class courts, locker rooms that guys feel comfortable in, offices, all the things that other teams have, but nobody else has a cafeteria on their grounds. Nobody's going to walk outside and see Coach Payton or Colston walking across the parking lot, or Graham or Breeze. And I think that breeds a good atmosphere when you can walk outside and see the best of the best at what they do. You can collaborate on ideas. We're all rooting for each other. And I think that's a good thing. There's no other place like this in the world, and I think that's what makes this place special.
Speaking of looking ahead at all this great stuff, are you excited looking ahead? Is this have you kind of put the season past you and looking ahead to the draft and free agency and all of those things that are coming with the new name and all this great new stuff that you have?
Well, I don't know if you ever put the season past you as a head coach because you're always going back, looking at film, thinking about things that happened in the past season. But, we do have some really good things happening to us right now with the draft. Our guys have already started postseason workouts, and coaches are in full bore with the workouts with our players. And then you couple that with what's going on here, it just makes for a great time. And yet, there's a ton of work to be done, and we know that. But it's certainly going to be a lot better working in this environment. And I gotta also, I'm mindful of the fact that we had the Alario Center, and even though it wasn't what most teams have, we were thankful for that. because we had a lot of good times in that place and still do work there. And so I don't want to neglect what we had at the Alario. That was a good spot for us, and it helps us, or it has helped us move forward, because we certainly are appreciative of what we have now.
Could you update us, Coach, on Austin, Jason, and Eric's surgeries, injuries, rehabs?
Well, from what I've heard, Austin he's better. We've just been really cautious with him because Austin is like, he's like Dennis the Menace. If you don't put parameters around Austin, he'll be on Venice Beach playing somewhere, anywhere where he can get a run. But he's doing a lot better. Jason, I saw him the other day. He lifted both arms up in the air, gave me a hug, and that was the first time he'd done that in a few months. And just based on what I've heard from the doctors, the trainers, Eric's situation is pretty good for us. They just needed to clean up some stuff for him so he can be 100% come season. And so we feel like he'll be that way before the season starts.
I don't know if you're a superstitious guy at all, but doing anything in particular to try to get that number 1 draft pick again like you guys did last year?
No, I don't believe in superstitions. Jimmy's tried to get me on that all for 2 years now. I don't know why he keeps trying. I believe in Psalms 46:10, man, and that's where I lay my hat. I'm going to go and participate, be thankful that I'm there. I got a job, and it's a nice event. If you can get the number 1 pick, it's even better. And we've done well with our picks, getting Austin and Anthony with those picks. So I don't have any superstitions. If I did, I would have came up with Microsoft. That's just the way it is. Those things don't work. I just trust the Lord with all my heart and work as hard as I can, and we'll do the best we can.
You talked about it's a nice event, but obviously you don't want to be there.
Right.
No team wants to be in the lottery. Looking ahead, is this summer maybe the most important summer, given the fact that you all do have the flexibility to sign a free agent? You do have another top pick. You do have Anthony. Say that what you do this summer could be the most important thing you do moving forward in the rebuilding of this franchise?
I wouldn't say the most. I think it's, every step you want to try to grade it in a positive fashion. You want to get better. Like last summer was just as important. It was a foundational summer. I think this summer will be right along those lines. But at the same time, we don't want to be in this position in the years to come. I'm thankful that we have a high draft pick, but at the same time, we don't want that next year. So all of these summers are important. Next summer we'd like to be in a different position. What that position is, I don't know, but we certainly don't want to be here. But that doesn't diminish where we are right now. I think we've laid a great foundation, and it's evident as our guys are here in town working out, and a lot of our veteran guys are trying to get back here so they can work out. So it just says a lot about where we're going.
Monty, you look at this facility that we're in now, the new name. Do you see this year as a fresh getting everything you want?
I don't look at it that way. We started last year, and for me it started 3 years ago. So I don't see this upcoming year as a fresh start. It's all a part of the process, and we're not going to skip steps. It's all a part of the process. So you can't just wipe.
You like small teams, Indiana, in San Antonio, what they've been able to do to show. It was all about big market,
I think that's who you sign in free agency. All you hear about from Indiana is how important David West is. I'm looking at Jared Jack, Carl Andrew, guys, all the guys that have been in our program are doing work in the playoffs, and I'm like reaping the benefits from stuff we showed, stuff they've learned along the way. So, yeah. I hope they all